Hey, what's going on, guys? You are listening to Talk4, the quickfire podcast where we ask four great questions to unique and interesting people. Up here today on Talk4 is your host, Louis Skupien, that's me, and special guest Patrick McNamara, or Tmac, who will be in the firing line for today's questions. Tmac, please say hi and give us a quick rundown of what you do before we shoot some questions.
Hey, Louis, thanks for having me on. My name is Pat McNamara. I work for my own company called Tmac. I'm a retired special ops guy, 22 years in special ops. And right now I have a series of different projects, businesses. Of course, the interwebs drive a lot of it, but I have a tactical shooting school, a strength training online course, and I am co-founder of the University of Badassery.
Fantastic stuff. No, yeah, I've been following you for a long time, and you never fail to put a smile on my face and put some motivation into the body, on a tough day. Right.
Yep.
So
that's what I love doing, man. I mean, I love to spread it around, and it's easy to fire people up. So I'm here for you and others just like you.
love to hear it. Love to hear it. Right. As everyone knows, we are going to be asking four questions to T-Mac today. And without further ado, let's get into question number one. T-Mac, please tell me about one principle you follow in daily life that never wavers. In good times, bad times, busy times. For example, it could be your morning routine or your mentality and process towards challenges and adversity.
Never wavers. I work off of a series of whiteboards. I have one in my office right here that's a yearly planner, one in my garage that's a weekly planner, and one on my fridge that's a daily planner. So at night I jot down the day's events for the next day, and I abide by knocking those out by day's end. So, and then morning routine is pretty much the same every morning. When I'm here, when I'm not traveling or have a course, get up, make my bride a cup of coffee, try to beat her out of bed so I could bring her a cup of coffee in bed. And then I go walk the dogs, get outside early and walk the dogs.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. So you're big on the planning and the executing those goals that you set at the start of the day and the week, obviously.
Yep, absolutely.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Well, thank you for that. Let's get on to question number two. Is there a particular mistake you made along your journey that you think people should be more aware of before they make the same one or similar?
I've made all the mistakes. So one of them in business, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Have a diverse plan and always have a backup plan in the event that your primary project goes south and you have find yourself out of work. Always have a backup plan. Another one that I don't want anybody else to make is before you make a commitment on marriage, vet your bride very, very well.
Sounds like key advice. Love it. Brilliant. Okay, right. So question number three, actually my favorite one here. I'm really keen to hear what we have to say about this. And I think it's very applicable also to me, as I do tennis and I play sport almost daily. So when I hear people talking about the military, specifically selection and training, how to get through it, the common advice seems to be just don't quit. It doesn't matter what they go through, they just don't quit. It's a choice, and the physicality seems to follow after that. So my question is, are you just born with that trait, or is there a way to train and knock that never quit attitude into yourself and have it stick in your life permanently?
I do believe that a lot of us, especially in the special ops community, are hardwired a different way. I don't think that it's for everybody. Now that as far as the don't quit goes, that's part of the hardwiring. It's something that is engraved into the hard drive, and that guys in my former industry just have. It's an innate trait that is they're born with, but you have to nurture that if you're born with it, because you can let that fizzle away and turn into nothing. But yeah, I think so. I believe that guys are hardwired a certain way.
Brilliant. And if there was one thing you could tell me or anyone, who maybe is struggling a little bit with motivation or anything like this, to really, get the fire going and truly, have that kind of never quit attitude, no matter what it is, because everyone has their own agenda, everyone has their own goals, and there tends to be obviously a similarity with everyone's goals, and that's obviously they want to succeed, and to do that you can't quit at whatever you're doing. So if there was something you could say, do this, that's going to help, you know, your life be a lot better in that aspect.
Well, I think it's easy for us to accept mediocrity, and sometimes we're not even complicit to the fact that we're mediocre. We have a very short lifespan on a very perfect planet within a very perfect solar system, within a very perfect universe, and we're very fortunate to be here as human beings. I mean, just the fact that we're human beings and that we've only been on this planet for what, 60,000 years. It crushes my spirits when people don't take advantage of that. You know, the fact that they live in an almost perfect world with a lot of opportunity, and some of us have way more opportunity than others, because some people, you know, their way of life is not even comparable to yours and mine, right? So take advantage of that and maximize your potential. It's easy to say that stuff, but think about it in the grand scheme of things. You know, how fortunate we are to be in the place that we are, especially as first worlders, man. We have the most pitiful, minuscule problems, us first worlders.
Yeah.
You know, go travel to some place that isn't first world, and there people are living in squalor, yet they are happy and they are trying to succeed in their way of life. So yeah, man, be happy, thankful, grateful for what you have and where you are, and try to do something meaningful, bigger than yourself, and you know, find good purpose in this short life that you have.
That is just killer advice right there, and so true. Right, I'm going to go on to question number 4 now. This one's interesting as well for me. Can you give the listeners a killer book recommendation? So maybe something that's not so well known, or something that doesn't get heard about a lot. If you have any secret weapons in the pages, give us a share. Let us know what to read.
My man, I just finished a book that it falls in line with what we were just talking about. You know, how to be self-disciplined and embrace toughness and the never quit attitude. It's Greg Everett. It's a newer book called Tough, you know, and basically what is the meaning of tough, you know, to you, to me, and to somebody else. We could have 3 different completely separate definitions, but it is chock full of nuggets and chock full of absolute badassery. And I'm going to read it again. Yeah, Greg Everett, and the book is Tough. So he's an Olympic trainer, trains Olympiads and like powerlifting and stuff like that. But he's a martial artist as well, and a shooter, a hunter, and all this stuff.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm going to definitely have a look
at
that.
You will like it. You will like it. Trust me.
For sure. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna get straight into Amazon after this. I'm gonna put my order in for that book. I think it sounds pretty good. Right. So that is the 4 questions. Before we finish, just want to say, you know, fantastic. Thanks for all of that. Before we wrap it up, it is time for the shameless plug. Tmac, please feel free to promote anything you're working on, something you want people to take a look at, or just something you believe in and want to share.
Well, people could find me on tmacsinc, or just about anywhere. So you could just Google tmacsinc, tmacsinc. So that'll bring you to my webpage, to my IG, and you follow the University of Badassery. We have a pretty rocking podcast, and also I have a YouTube channel, Pat Mac, PATMAC YouTube channel. It's got my vlogs on there, etc.
Legend. Fantastic. Brilliant. Tmac, thank you so much for joining me today on the Talk4 show. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Right on. Thank you.
Brilliant. Signing off for now, guys. See you in the next episode.